Hello and welcome everybody to Magny Cours, round 7 of the GPVWC Superleague Championship of 2011. Jason Muscat took pole but suffers a grid penalty, gifting Joe Concilio a great opportunity to take his first win of the season. TDR debutant Bart DeVos is drafted in to replace Adam Rouse and lines up an impressive 8th on the grid. As the lights go green, Morris fluffs the start as Muscat and the Woods boys fly off the line. Dave Carr-Smith is struck by handling problems before turn 1 and goes off into the gravel trap. Phil Perkins spins on the entrance to the hairpin and Fuller stalls his car trying to avoid, leaving Warren to pile into the back of the ST racing car. After gaining 4 places at the start, Jason Muscat is hit by an electrical failure, costing the Maltese driver a possible victory. Lap 2 now, and the order is Concilio, Clark, Ryan, Morris, Laff, DeVos, Wicks, Stanton, Miller and Damge. Morris sneaks past Ryan for 3rd and sets off in pursuit of 2nd place Clark. On lap 4, Fernando Laff is next to attempt a pass on the Woods car, but receives a drive-through penalty for punting Ryan into a spin. The Irishman also receives a penalty for an unsafe rejoin, which leaves Yairi Lidakorpi with nowhere to go. Lap 6. Clark and Morris make contact, battling for 2nd. Clark backs off and allows Morris to take the position. Miller makes a nice move on DeVos for 5th. This becomes 4th as Laff enters the pits to serve his penalty. Dave Carr-Smith, still suffering with handling problems, spins and calls it a day on lap 9. Lap 11 sees Laff punt and Junt in the same place as Ryan. This causes the constant considerable damage, causing him to retire. Junt escapes without harm. Lap 12 and Sam Miller slipstreams past Ojay Clark for 3rd. Lap 17, debutant DeVos now has Clark in his sights and graciously accepts 4th place when the Englishman runs wide. Concilio has built a huge 13-second lead to Lee Morris, indicating he's on a 3-stop strategy. The world champion exits well clear of 3rd place Miller. Lap 20 sees Phil Perkins crash out again, ending another bitter race in his so far pointless season. Lap 35 and Concilio makes his 2nd of 3 stops, exiting just 1 second behind Morris, and both have a pit stop to make. The Norwegian has fresher tyres and hunts down Morris. Lap 42, Ojay Clark and David Junt have been battling for a while. David Junt makes a cracking move round the outside, only to blow it with a sideways moment a few corners later. Lap 47, and Joe Concilio finally manages to pass Lee Morris at the hairpin, catching the drag driver out with a beautiful switchback a lap before Morris's final stop. Lap 49 sees Liechtenstein off in a big way. The Synergetic crawls back to the pits with severe damage, but it retires a few laps later. Lap 51 sees Liechtenstein's teammate Miller throw away 3rd place with a spin at turn 2. This hands the place over to rookie sensation Bart DeVos. Meanwhile, Clark and Junt are battling, with the Englishman still resisting just. Junt finally edges in front a couple of laps later to move into 5th. Lap 54 sees Joe Concilio exiting his final stop just ahead of Lee Morris and proceeding to pull away in the closing stages of the race. From then on, the order remains largely unchanged, the only real action being a scare for Concilio as he comes across his spinning teammate. The Norwegian's number 2's future now in doubt after a string of poor results. With several retirements including electrical problems for both Stantons, Nijo and Damgi are on their way to the first points for the season in 10th. So Concilio takes a well-deserved first win of the season from the ever-present Lee Morris. Debutant Bart DeVos runs off a brilliant drive, scoring a podium in his debut event. Miller is following him, followed by Junt, who produced a solid comeback